Hey everyone, and welcome back to Digital Dispatch. Your weekly dose of all things tech. But before we get started today, don't forget to like and share this episode with your friends. Leave us a comment below, and of course, subscribe so you never miss any of our deep dives. So today we're going to be taking a look at a really fascinating case study. Denmark is becoming a real pioneer in sovereign AI.
It is interesting to see how Denmark is really shaping its development. They're implementing AI in a way that seems to really align with their national vision.
Yeah, it's not just about using the tech. It seems like it's about controlling its destiny in a way. We've got a whole bunch of articles here, one from Finance News Network. And honestly, some of the connections are pretty wild. We're talking about weight loss drugs, funding supercomputers.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I noticed too. It seems like such an interesting connection. It really highlights how some of these partnerships can drive innovation. But to understand what's happening in Denmark, I think we really need to take a step back and look at the bigger picture first. Starting with the EU AI Act. This is a landmark piece of legislation. It was implemented in August 2024, and it's really the first of its kind globally. It's specifically designed to regulate AI technologies.
And it's not just like a set of rules, right? The act takes a risk-based approach.
Exactly. So they categorize AI applications based on their potential risk. And this creates a framework for regulating all these different types of AI systems. For example, high-risk applications, things like those that are used in healthcare or in finance. Those face stricter requirements for transparency, for data governance, and for human oversight.
So it's about ensuring that AI is used safely and responsibly, especially in areas that have a really big potential impact.
Exactly. And what's interesting is that Denmark hasn't just waited for the EU to set the rules. They've really proactively developed their own national framework to make sure that they're not just compliant, but that they're really setting a high bar for how AI is deployed.
So they're not just following the rules. It sounds like they want to be a leader in how AI is developed and used.
Absolutely. And their whole approach emphasizes collaboration. So they brought in this IT consultancy called Netcompany, and even tech giants like Microsoft, to help contribute to these guidelines. And it signals a real commitment to building a robust and ethical AI ecosystem.
Wow, so it's not just a government initiative. It's a collaborative effort with all these different stakeholders.
Exactly. And a key part of this initiative is Gefion, Denmark's first AI supercomputer.
Gefion. Yeah, and it's built on NVIDIA's DGX Super POD platform. And it's powered by
Oh, wow.
a massive network of NVIDIA H100 Tensor Core GPUs. We're talking some serious processing power here.
Yes, definitely. And this power leads to some pretty amazing applications. For instance, the Danish Meteorological Institute. They're using Gefion to generate near-instantaneous weather forecasts. Think about how much potential that has for improving accuracy, improving response times, especially in emergencies.
That's incredible. Yeah, faster and more accurate weather predictions would be a game changer. I mean, for so many industries. What other applications are we seeing with this?
Well, researchers at the University of Copenhagen, they're using Gefion to simulate quantum circuits. And this could lead to breakthroughs in quantum computing, a field with so much potential to revolutionize everything from materials science to drug discovery.
Gefion sounds like a major investment in Denmark's technological future. But you mentioned something earlier about how it's funded, something about weight loss drugs.
Right. That's where things get even more interesting. So Gefion's development was largely funded by the Novo Nordisk Foundation, which owns Novo Nordisk AS, the pharmaceutical company. Behind those popular weight loss medications, Ozempic and Wegovy.
So we've got a pharmaceutical company backing a cutting-edge supercomputer. What's the link there?
Well, the Novo Nordisk Foundation. They're deeply committed to advancing scientific research and really bolstering Denmark's technological capabilities. Their investment in Gefion shows their belief in the transformative potential of AI, and not just in pharmaceuticals, but across all these different fields.
So it's not just about profits for them. It's about a vision of pushing scientific boundaries.
Right.
And this brings us to the concept of sovereign AI, which, if I'm understanding this right, it's about a nation having control over its own development and deployment of AI.
That's a great way to put it. Sovereign AI is about moving away from this dependence on globally developed AI systems.
Yeah.
Systems that are often controlled by large tech companies. And it's about creating solutions that are tailored to national needs and values.
So having more control over the technology
Yeah.
and making sure that it aligns with the country's own priorities.
Precisely. And it has significant implications for data privacy and security, for ethical considerations, and even for economic competitiveness. By developing their own AI infrastructure, Denmark is positioning itself at the forefront of this emerging paradigm.
Sounds like a bold move,
Mm.
but it's raising some eyebrows too. Weren't there some concerns about how Denmark was using AI in its welfare system?
Yes, there were. And it's a good reminder that with any new technology, we really need to be mindful of potential pitfalls and make sure that it's being used ethically and responsibly.
Absolutely. So we'll definitely need to explore that more in depth. But first, I think we need to take a quick break.
Yeah.
And then we'll come back and delve a little bit further into some of the challenges and ethical considerations surrounding sovereign AI.
So this concept of sovereign AI, it's about more than just building AI systems. It's about making sure that those systems actually reflect a nation's values and priorities. It's about shaping technology to serve the needs of people.
It really makes you think about the potential for AI to be used to benefit society, rather than just the interests of corporations or, global tech giants.
Yeah.
But it also raises some questions, right? Like, how do we guarantee that these sovereign AI systems are developed and used responsibly?
That's the key question. Technology, it's rarely inherently good or bad. It's all about how we use it that matters. And AI is becoming more powerful. It's becoming more integrated into our lives. So it's really crucial to have those ethical considerations at the forefront.
I remember reading something about concerns raised by human rights groups about how AI was being used in Denmark's welfare system. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's a great example of why we need to have this ongoing dialogue and scrutiny. Any new technology can have unintended consequences, especially one as powerful as AI. So it's crucial to have ways to identify and address those pitfalls.
So it's not just about building the technology, it's about creating a framework for its ethical and responsible use.
Exactly. Transparency is crucial. People need to understand how these systems work, what data they're using, how decisions are being made. We need clear guidelines and oversight to make sure that AI is used fairly and that it doesn't discriminate against certain groups or perpetuate inequality.
It sounds like a difficult balancing act.
Yeah.
On the one hand, we have the potential for AI to really improve our lives,
Yeah.
but we need to be very careful about how we develop and deploy it.
Absolutely. And I think that Denmark's approach with this emphasis on collaboration and transparency is a good step in the right direction by bringing in all these different stakeholders, including people who are experts in ethics and human rights. They're trying to create a more inclusive and accountable approach to AI development.
It sounds like they're trying to create a model for other countries
Yeah.
as they deal with the challenges and opportunities of AI.
Yeah, in a way. And this whole idea of sovereign AI is really gaining some traction globally. More and more countries are realizing that they can't just be passive consumers of this technology. They want to have a say in how AI shapes their future.
It's really interesting. I used to think about AI as something that was happening out there, but now it's clear that AI is going to affect all aspects of our lives.
It's already happening, even if we don't always see it. It's in healthcare, finance, transportation, education. And as it keeps evolving, it's going to have an even greater impact.
The sovereign AI, it's not just about national pride or independence, it's about shaping the future.
Right. It's about making sure that AI benefits everyone, not just a few. It's about empowering nations to make their own choices about AI. And this is a conversation that needs to be happening everywhere, not just in Denmark.
It's amazing to see how this is sparking a global dialogue about the future of AI. So what does all this mean for our listeners? What's the main takeaway here?
The main takeaway is that AI isn't just a tech industry issue anymore. It affects all of us.
Yeah.
So stay informed, ask questions, and be a part of the conversation.
Because the future of AI is being shaped right now. And we all have a role to play. This has been a really thought-provoking deep dive. I'd love to know what our listeners think. What do you think about sovereign AI? What are the opportunities and the challenges? Let us know in the comments. And let's keep this conversation going. But before we finish up, I want to get back to the connection we talked about earlier between weight loss drugs and a supercomputer. Yeah, it seemed like such a weird connection. Who would have thought that a company known for weight loss drugs would be funding this?
Right. It's definitely not something you see every day. But the Novo Nordisk Foundation, they've actually been investing in research for a long time across many different fields. Their mission is to improve human health and well-being, and they see AI as a powerful tool to do that.
So this investment isn't just about drug development. It's about a commitment to science and technology in general.
Exactly. They see the potential for AI to transform all these sectors, and they want Denmark to be a leader in that. It's a really smart approach, and it totally aligns with that whole idea of sovereign AI.
It also shows how important funding for research is. We always think of breakthroughs coming from the government or universities, but this shows that private companies can have a huge impact too.
Absolutely. We need more collaborations like this. where everyone works together to solve big problems.
So it seems like Denmark is really at the forefront of this whole sovereign AI movement. They're investing in infrastructure, they're building these partnerships, and they're having these important conversations about ethics.
Yeah, they're setting a great example. And it shows that we don't have to just let big tech control everything about AI. Countries can shape their own destinies with AI and make sure that the technology serves their own
That's
values.
a powerful message. I think it'll resonate with a lot of people who are worried about the direction of AI. It's about taking control
Hmm.
and making sure that technology helps everyone.
Exactly. And recognizing that AI isn't just a technical issue, it's a question for all of society. We have to be open and honest about the potential risks and benefits and work together to build a future where AI is used for good.
I completely agree. This has been an amazing conversation. Thank you so much for sharing your insights. The world of AI is changing so quickly. It's really important for everyone to stay informed and stay engaged.
It's been a pleasure. Stay curious, everyone. Keep asking questions and explore all the amazing things about AI. The future is being created now, and we all have a part to play.
That's a wrap on this episode of Digital Dispatch. We hope you found this deep dive into sovereign AI informative. Don't forget to like this episode, share it with your friends, leave a comment below, and subscribe to our channel for more great content. Stay curious, everyone.